Okay, so let us start today's class. So I want to welcome again to Mata Tripura Sundari Open University. This is MA Political Science program. I am your faculty, Panthar Devarma, Assistant Professor, and also the program coordinator of Political Science in the university. Anything related to the course, related to the university and all, you can always contact me. My contact number is given here and my email is also there. You can email me anytime. I'll be happy to answer, and you can call me in the office hours. I'll be happy to answer to your questions. Okay. So this course name, this paper name is Western Political Thought. As I have told you in the beginning, also Western means the western side of the world. This is basically Europe, America. We are on the eastern part, the Asia. We are living in the Asian continent. So if you see the world map, we are part of the eastern world. So that is from the Europe and all these things are considered Western. So all the thinking and ideas about political science that we get from the Western side, we are going to discuss. That means the thinkers and important ideas from the Western part of the world. So this is in the first semester. Today we are covering the unit 19 and 20. I think you have got your SLM, self-learning materials in the book. If you see, unit 19 and 20 are the last units of this course, which we will be covering today. Okay. And yeah, let's go. So today's personal contact program objectives is where we are going to study about Edmund Burke, okay, unit 19, who is known as a father of conservatism, prioritizes tradition over revolution. Okay, conservatism is a very important concept in ideology, not only in political science but in other subjects, also social science also, whether it is sociology or any other subject, basically, or English, even of that case, you will always hear this word conservatism. Conserve means something we want to protect something. Okay, like we always say, preserve the climate change, conserve the forest. Conserve means protecting something. That means Edmund Burke is talking about protecting our culture and tradition. He is saying that we should not change our culture and tradition, we should protect it. So that is called conservatism, very important ideology. In the upcoming classes and all, we will discuss this. What is conservatism? Prioritize tradition over revolution. See, that's what he means. Tradition means all our culture, our ideas, our way of behaving in the society, our way of talking, our way of conducting ourselves in society, or our just interaction and our political habits. We want to protect it. We don't want to change. That is Edmund Burke's idea. Okay, we'll discuss. Defend the gradual reform against abstract ideas. Okay, in the society we always want something new, change. Is it not? We want the society to change like this. We want society to be like this. We want to see some changes in society. कुछ नया देखने का हम लोग का वो प्रयास रहता है. We want to see something new in society. So what he said is, if you want to change the society or politics, it should be slowly changing, not suddenly and just ideas. Abstract means some ideas are only available in mind. In practically it is possible or not, we don't know abstract. That means abstract ideas. That means I might think abstract idea. Example, I might think that we will build 10 airport in Tripura. 10 airport, but if you think really it is not possible, but in your mind you are just assuming that it may be possible. So that is called abstract idea. So he is saying that to be practical, don't just think about these big ideas, but be practical in your life. What is really possible, what is not possible, he wanted to talk about that. Be practical in your life. And gradual reform means whatever the changes you want to bring in society, it should be slowly changing. Change. Example, now the legal age to get married is 18. So suddenly, if you want to bring change and if you want to make it 25, it's not possible. No, there should be some logic. So if you want to change something, it should be slowly. Even though if you want to increase your legal marriage age, for example, you can make it to first 19 then 20. After that you can take it up, but don't change. Don't suddenly don't make a big change. So that was saying it should be change should be slowly. So that is ideas about Edmund Burke. Then unit 20, we are going to discuss about Karl Marx. Those who are already studying in college or those who have studied there, I think they know him, very important person. Especially if you are studying political science, you will definitely know Karl Marx. Very, very famous and important person. Not all over the world, everybody, those who are engaged in academics, they know him, very important. He was the architect of communism focused on class struggle. Okay, so in this world, there is always a debate between capitalism and communism, which we'll discuss in other classes. I am sure in the paper 5, it has been discussed more better in the paper 5, which you have contemporary political theory. Then that paper discuss more about this communism. Communism, in simple word, basically means state is controlling everything. The government is controlling everything. That is communism. Okay. So he wanted the state. Actually, communism means he doesn't want to give too much individual power. That's what he means. Okay, not too much individual power, but the power this should be among the group. In society, sometimes we see one person is the most powerful. One may be a rich person, one leader may be very powerful. Whatever he wants, he's doing. He's getting rich and having everything. But what he says, whatever things, it should be controlled publicly together. That is called communism. Focus on class struggle. Class struggle means the class struggle between rich class and the poor class. Okay, so he's saying that in society there is always rich class and there is always poor class. The rich class are always benefiting, always profit, and the poor class are always suffering. So he wanted to change that also. Okay, and the last capitalism contributes to protect proletariat uprising. Okay, so he talked about this one, not giving not too much power to a single person. Okay, like too much wealth concentration. Like one person is having unlimited, one person is having unlimited money, unlimited property. The other people are suffering. He doesn't want it to happen. Okay, so he said the working class should be having their. So basically. When you talk about Karl Marx, his main idea is he want to protect the workers. Very important to remember. If you write the exam also, you can write this. Karl Marx's main idea is to protect the working class. Those were the poor people. He wanted to protect them. Like when Karl Marx was born, he saw the society like that, which we'll discuss. So he wanted to protect the worker. Very important. Organic society, Burke, materialistic history. Okay, so Burke, Edmund Burke was more of an organic society. Means he believed in the concept of society. Society is very important according to him. Okay, society is very important. We cannot live without society. That's what he meant by organic society. Means something very natural and important to us. That is what basically. Materialistic history means Karl Marx is saying all about the world is always based on material things. Who is owning how much things, who doesn't have anything. So this is the main discussion, materialistic history according to Karl Marx. Material means all about things. Now I have a car, I have aeroplane. So this is just materialistic. The world is always thinking about material according to Karl Marx. We are not thinking about the ideas that I want to do this, I want to do that. That is not important according to Karl Marx. Karl Marx is talking about material, how much money you have or how much property you have, material. This is how it changes and it keeps on changing. So these are the things about key contrast, organic society and materialistic history. Now let's start. You can see the picture here. This is Edmund Burke. Okay, he was born in 18th century, British. He was born in England. Conservative thinker. Conservative means he don't want to change things. Okay, he want to protect what is there. Okay, even our present government is a conservative. You can say they are called right wing. Okay, even the U.S. government presently they are right wing. They want to protect the present culture. Okay, they don't want to bring new changes much. Okay, they don't want to bring much new changes. They want to stay with whatever is there in the present world. It is called conservative. Okay, conserve, protect. Like we want to protect the environment, it is called conserving environment. Okay. Critic French Revolution defended tradition, advocated order, liberty, and gradual reform. Okay, what is his main idea? He was against the French Revolution. Okay, French Revolution. What happened is that basically the poor people fought against the rich people in French Revolution. So he did not like it. He does not like sudden changes. He wants the changes to be slow. Okay, change to be slow. Sudden changes is not good. Okay, tradition, that means again whatever it is already there, he want to protect it and he want to keep it from our culture, our behavior, our way of talking, our way of communicating, or our way of behavior. He don't want to change. He want to keep it, our culture. So that is Edmund Burke. Order, liberty, and gradual reform. Liberty means freedom. In political science, we always discuss this freedom. What is freedom and what is liberty? How much freedom should a person get? I think every normal human being, we always think about freedom. How much freedom do I have in my life? How much I can enjoy? How much I can fly like a bird open in the sky? We always think about this. I want freedom in my life. I don't want my life to be like a jail. Okay. So you have to talk about, yes, the government or the state, the country should give freedom to the people, like freedom of speech. I know. Basically, I think many of you will know what is freedom of speech and expression. That means you can express yourself, you can talk whatever about what you feel. That is called freedom of speech. You can speak. If you don't like the government, you can criticize the government. So this are the kind of freedom he's talking about. He's saying yes, freedom should be given to the people, but not unlimited freedom. If I say tomorrow, yes, you drink wine, you drink alcohol, and you can do whatever you want. If people started to drink alcohol and just shout and scream in the middle of the road, that will not be good. Yes, freedom you can give, you can drink alcohol, but you should drink in a private space in your house. You enjoy yourself, you cannot disturb others. So this is the example that yes, you can have freedom, but your freedom is not unlimited. You should think for the society. Okay, so that is called order, liberty, and a gradual reform. Again, that means changes. Whatever the changes in the society or anywhere, it should be slowly, not suddenly. Okay, so these are the ideas about Edmund Burke. He was born in England. He wanted to conserve the tradition. He did not like French Revolution, and he wanted limited freedom. Okay, and slowly changing. Okay, so these are the things about Edmund Burke. So what is his theory? Okay, theory is basically a discussion about some social phenomena. Okay, theory is basically an explanation, empirical or normative explanation of social phenomena. So what is his theory, his idea about the state? What is state? Okay. So what is state and what is society where we are living now? Society is an organic partnership across generations. Institution evolved by a custom, not extractivism. Obligation from birth into historical structure. Organic partnership. Organic means something original. Okay. Society is not something that we suddenly created. You know, in the history, if you go back, long back, like 2000 years ago, I don't think there was a society properly like we have now. Our society we have now. This is society. We live in a society where people go to school, people go to office. These are all part of our society. We can go from here to there. We are studying. These are all part of society. Okay. So I don't think this system was there before. So what he says is, according to Burke, Burke is saying, not me, society is something organic, that is original. Okay, original, that means it is very important. You cannot remove yourself from it. Like you cannot remove your heart from your body, you cannot remove your lungs from your body. Okay, so this is like organic, it is part of this world. Okay, so society has organic partnership across generation. You can see the example generation wise, it keeps on going. Society is very important and organic. You cannot remove it. That's what Burke is saying. Okay, society is something very much original, like a organ in your body. You cannot remove it. It keeps on growing from generation to generation. There is this idea about a society or the state. Like Tripura state, India is also a state. India is called as a nation state. Very much important to remember. Those who are studying political science, we basically don't call it much of that country. We do not call that country what much. We call it nation state. Those who are geography students, they call it country. But in political science terms, we call it nation state. Okay, so that is what society or state means. So institution means anything, any office or any school or any college or any parliament. These are called institution, like a something that is functioning in society. Okay, maybe NGO, even maybe motor stand, or even maybe that UN, United Nations, or even many other organizations. Okay, institution there. He's saying this institution or these offices and everything, it does not come suddenly out of abstract ideas. Like abstract means something you can only think about. You cannot see it. That is the meaning of abstract. So he's saying that all these institutions are coming through custom. That means slowly changing from our within. From us only it came. It does not come from outside world. Somebody from outside of the planet Earth did not give it, suddenly bring it here. It means these institutions, whatever are there, they have come from custom. That means from ourselves, it keeps on evolving and it came. So that is what he means. Obligation from birth into historical structure. Okay. So once you are born in the society, you have the obligation, you have the duty to learn about history and be connected with the history of yourself. So these are the things. Once you are given birth in this planet, on this earth, you have the duty to actually connect yourself with the history of yourself, history of your society, history of your bloodlines. Okay. So these are the thing about his theory of state or society. Society is something original. It keeps on going. An institution, whatever institution, maybe the parliament or any NGO, this is called institution. It is coming naturally from the people, not suddenly out of nowhere through idea. It did not come. Obligation. Then once you are born, you have the duty to comply with the history of your ancestor and your family. Okay, so that is the idea. Again, let's talk about his rights and liberty. What is rights and liberty? See, I told you about rights means right to property, right to life. We have all these rights in adhikar, human right. I think you must have heard these things. Rights. Mera adhikar mujhe de do. Give me my rights. Okay. So there is things called natural right. That's what he's talking about. We should not give unlimited right to the people. If you give unlimited right to the people, the society will be chaos. There will be no law and order. Do you know what happens when there is no law and order? There will be lots of problems. Nowadays, if there is a fighting, who goes? Police go and protect. So there is law and order. You have to follow the rule and law. So when you have given unlimited right to the people, there will not be law and order. Okay, people will not obey. So you should not give unlimited right. That's what he means to say. Unlimited rights should not be given to the people. It should be controlled. People should be kept under control by the government or the state. Liberty, responsible freedom for the virtuous. Liberty, again, freedom. लोगों को कितना freedom देना है? Responsible freedom. उतना ही freedom दो जितना so that they don't harm others. Freedom should be given only limited so that the people should not harm others. Okay. So there is freedom. Those who are understanding, freedom should be given to the people who are understanding, who can understand what is good and what is bad according to him. Okay, freedom should not be given to everyone. Okay, so he is saying freedom should be given to those responsible citizens, responsible people only. So again, he liked the American Revolution. American Revolution is actually basically when America got independence from the British. Okay, so he did not like France. French extremism means French Revolution he did not like, but he supported American Revolution. Okay, so this is idea about rights and liberty. Rights means adhikar. We should not give unlimited rights to the people. That the police and this law and order become useless. Okay, and liberty should be given to the people who are responsible, who are aware what is good and what is bad. Okay, and American Revolution he supported. He did not support French Revolution. This is idea. Burke is a reformer. Okay. So what kind of changes did he want to bring? Let's see. Reform to preserve, not to remake constitution. Expediency balances welfare and continuity. Ideal leaders serve nation holistically. Okay, so what he's trying to say is that whatever the changes you want to bring in society, it should be something to protect that tradition. Okay. Reform to preserve. Whatever the changes you want to bring in society, it should be something to protect the tradition, not to remake. Okay, कुछ नया बनाने का जरूरत नहीं है, जो है उसी को protect करो. It is your responsibility. Reform. Okay, not to make new things. Whatever it is there, protect it. Okay. Constitution means rules and regulation in the country. You want the country to run with rules and regulation. Okay, not without rules and regulation. Samvidhan. Okay, so this is important. Expediency balances welfare and continuity. Okay, so we should think in the long run what is going to happen. We should think for the future. So that when you give facility to the people, when government always give facility to the people, is it not? They make a new scheme, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Prime Minister is giving house to the poor people, for example. Okay, so if you are giving house, you should also think for the future. Like, yes, you have given people the houses, but what will the person eat? Yes, he is sleeping in the house, but what will he eat to survive? So, yes, you have to give welfare to the people, services, but you should also think for the future. So, you should give him some other things also which is going to help. Okay, so just the future. We should not just think that today for 100 rupees here I will not give them anything. No, we should help them continuously, not one time. So we should think for the future. That's what he means. Ideal leaders serve nation holistically. So what he's saying that if a country or if a nation state wants to grow, a leader should be someone very good. A good leader is important. So there is also another thing about reformer. Reformer means basically change. Burke is talking about change, how to bring changes in society. First thing he said is changes should be something to protect, not to make new things or remake what is already there. Constitution is important, rules and regulation. Okay. Expediency means whatever the schemes and new things that is adopted in the society, we should also think for the future, whether it is going to help them or not. So, for a nation, for a country to grow, you need a good leader. That's what he means to say. Critics, that means there are lots of people who did not like him. Okay, always, whenever you are studying this kind of theories and ideas, there will always be critique. Isn't it? In our daily life also, there are some people which we like, which we don't like sometimes. Isn't it? कुछ लोग को पसंद आता है, कुछ लोग पसंद नहीं आते. तो same way Burke also, there are people who like him and there are people who does not like him. So these are the things which people do not like him. Why people do not like him is because he overpraised British system. वो British system को ज़्यादा ही praise करने लगा. He said too much things. Okay, and too much praising. Okay, British government, British system, too much praise किया उसको. Ignore participation demands. क्या है? In democracy, we always talk about participation, how much people are participating in the government, in the political process, in the society, how much participation, how much people are engaged. But Barbie did not talk about all these things, that people should be participating. Only government should be working, people should be stay away from the government system, which is not so good. Okay, so people should be participant. Elites is a picture. See, the rich person is looking down on the poor people. So this kind of things was actually uh, supported kind of thing by Burke. Okay? Burke supported the difference of class, you can say. Elites, those are high class, they were given priority by him. Okay, so disrespecting the poor people and more facility to the rich people, which was not so good side of him. Downplayed class tension in revolution analysis. Okay, so he did not give too much attention to the problem of rich and poor people in society. So that is his negative point, which is found out by many other people who criticize him. Okay, so these are the negative points of Burke. Okay, so next unit is Karl Marx. As I have told you, he's a very important person in political science or even in other subjects also. German thinker. He was born in Germany. Can you understand? आपको समझ आ रहा है? So one more person we are going to discuss about is Karl Marx. He was born in Germany, and his books that he wrote. Okay, whenever you are studying any thinker, you need to know about the books written by them. So you can see the picture also. The book Manifesto, okay, was written by Karl Marx, very much important. If you are giving political science subject as a competitive exam anywhere, you need to know these books. Manifesto, Das Kapital, these are the two very much important books written by Karl Marx. Capitalism basically means he did not like this over individualism. Okay, he always talk about poor people. He always supported the working class. He wanted the poor people to get some facility, not only the rich people. Capitalism means basically free market and not controlled by state. Now what we are following is capitalism mostly everywhere. Free market, free economy. Everybody has freedom to do whatever they want. Business also in another thing. So he talk about capitalism. He also talk about class and production. That means the rich people and the poor people. There is a difference in society. He talk about that. Material base, shape, superstructure. Okay, those who are material, this means things like basically those who are the rich people. They always control the other things according to him. Like if I'm a rich people, I will make the law. Okay. And if I'm a rich people, I will make the ideas. Then ideas will be read by the poor people. So he's saying those who are controlling society are actually the rich people. So dialectical materialism. Okay. Reality changes by material contradictions. History, production stages, breed class opposites, forces, relation of production drive change. So society, how does society change? Society में change कैसे होता है? Okay. Material contradiction. Okay. So one thing people are making, it is not perfect. Then we make again. So that's how it changes. Like example, car. If you are buying a car, in after 1 year, you will see again that car is modified and given new facility again. So this is called material contradiction. People make something, it is not perfect, so we keep on making again. Like computer, in earlier days, computer was very different. Laptop was not there, of course. Is it not? So earlier the computer was a very big one monitor. Now we have a laptop, more smaller laptop. So keeps on changing. There is how society change. Something people make, it is not perfect, and people make again. So there is a concept of Karl Marx. Okay, history. So again, when we talk about history, means how is our society history? From where did we come? Okay, history means again he's talking about here class struggle. There are two class actually in society: the rich class and the poor class. Okay, earlier in the history it is called feudal lords and serfs. Feudalism. I think many people will know this. What is feudalism? That means in the earlier days there was a rich class जिनके पास बहुत सारा प्रॉपर्टीज थे और उनके अंदर में लोग काम करते थे. हिस्टोरी इन द हिस्टोरी. सो देयर इज कॉल्ड feudal lords and serfs. But now we have the industry owners and the worker. Society has changed, but things have remained the same. Still the rich are controlling, the poor are just obeying. So according to Karl Marx, there is this idea. Okay, process lesson of product drive change. Okay, so there is always a conflict between two classes. There is always a fighting and conflict between poor people and the working class and the owner class. So वो problem चलता रहता है. तो this way society भी change होता रहता है. Feudal lords and serfs, there was a problem. So now we have industry owners and the workers. Okay. So when there is a problem, it keeps on changing according to Karl Marx. So there is this idea. Okay, reality जो हम लोग reality जो अभी दिख रहा है, this is changes in material things. लोगों ने कुछ बनाया, perfect नहीं था, फिर से बनाया. So one thing is not perfect, they make again. Material thing, whatever it is visible to our eyes. Production, history. Production means whatever is being produced in the society, it is always between two classes. There is always a fighting between two classes, rich people and the poor people. And the third forces relation means there is a conflict between the owner and the worker. That is why society keep on changing. So these are his ideas. क्लास एंड सरप्लस वैल्यू. सो अगेन हिस्टोरी, अगर हिस्टोरी में देखो एग्जांपल यहाँ पे पिक्चर देख सकते हो. रिच पीपल आर एंजॉयिंग बट द पुअर पीपल आर सफरिंग डाउनसाइड. सी, दे आर एंजॉयिंग एंड द पुअर पीपल आर सफरिंग. सो दिस इज अकॉर्डिंग टू कार्ल मार्क्स. bourgeois versus proletariat. Okay, see, the rich people are enjoying on the table and the poor people have to bear the burden of keeping them up. So according to him, what he's saying is that those who are the industry owner, जो industry का मालिक factory के, what they do is they make the worker work a lot, make them exploit, and all the profit are taken by the owner, and the worker is given very less amount of that profit. So that is his idea, that in any industry or factory, the owner is always taking all the profit and the working class are have to work so hard that they don't even get anything from there. Capitalism creates crisis and proletariat unity. Okay, capitalism means same thing. Free market, free economy. Rich people are getting rich. Okay, so with unlimited opportunity, those who are able to do it, they are getting rich. Those who are poor, nobody can help them. They have to remain poor. So according to him, this capitalism thing which we have now, free market, free economy, it is actually helping the poor people to unity. He is saying the poor people to be united. Okay, so eventually, so that the poor people can get their rights, they can fight against this system. So there is this idea of class and surplus value. Okay, history, there is a class struggle between rich people and poor people, like in the image, and the owner is, second point, the owner is taking all the profit, and the workers are exploited, have to work very hard, but they don't get enough. and capitalism creates crisis, and so capitalism, free market and free economy and all this liberty, it create problems in society. And he talk about proletariat unity. That means workers should be united and they should fight against this injustice system. Revolution and state. Okay, see just the picture. If you see what is revolution, that means when people fight against the government, it is called revolution. When people fight against the state, दंगा जैसा, जैसे जब लोग गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट फाइट करते हैं, ठीक है, लड़ाई अगेंस्ट द स्टेट. Recently, तो in Bangladesh and all, you can see the prime minister had to run away because the people are fighting against the government. It's called revolution. Okay, so Karl Marx also said the same thing. The crisis is, as I talked about in previous slide, capitalism lead to crisis. जो capitalism system है हम लोग का अभी जो हम लोग adopt कर रहे हैं, free market, free economy, free competition, over accumulation of wealth, जो जितना property ले सकते हैं ले लो, this is called capitalism. जो नहीं मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, this is capitalism. So he said this system crisis society में लाता है और proletariat को revolution करना चाहिए. He talked about those of the working class, they should fight against this system, they should fight against the state. So he was talking about this revolution, just like in the picture. Traditional dictatorship abolishes classes. Okay, transitional dictatorship abolishes classes and go classless, stateless communism. So he is saying that if you want to bring change in society, we should remove the system, we should remove the government, and the worker should be the king. I mean, yes, something like that. The worker should rule. We should not let these rich people rule, but instead, the working class, the poor people will come together, unity. We will revolt. I mean, they will revolt against the system, against the government, and they will be the dictator. They will rule the everything according to him, according to Karl Marx. So in the future, what he wanted was classless society. Society में कोई class नहीं होना चाहिए, rich class, poor class, or upper class, lower class. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Classless. Everybody is equal. So actually, Karl Marx wanted to give society equal. Is it not? Society में सब लोग equal होना चाहिए. कोई ऊपर नहीं, कोई नीचे नहीं. That was the Karl Marx idea. Stateless communism. Okay, stateless communism. State means कोई गवर्नमेंट नहीं रहेगा, कोई स्टेट नहीं रहेगा. पीपल ग्रुप वेयर ऑल ह्यूमंस वो पर्सपेक्टिव से रहेंगे. हम काम करेंगे. We will do the farming. We will eat the farming and we will enjoy the life without state controlling us. But this is the idea. It is very hard to achieve. That is why sometimes he is criticized. This idea है बहुत ही hard है. Classless society में class के बिना तो कभी हुआ ही नहीं. It is very hard to remove this class system, upper class, lower class. Always it is there. And stateless, it is very hard to remove this government system. Everywhere it is there. So there is also his idea, stateless. Okay. So Karl Marx contribution, क्या contribution किया है? Economic based hidden power in liberalism. So Karl Marx basically talk about the economic things, okay, those who are related to economic activities. That means business and money-making ideas. He talk about that. Those were basically he's against the rich people. Hidden power in liberalism means the liberalism or the capitalism is actually helping the society to be controlled by the rich people, according to him. We talk about economics, that money is important. Okay, those who are controlling money, they are controlling the country or the world, according to him. Flaws, what are the problems? Okay, economic journalism ignores non-class factors. उनका प्रॉब्लम क्या है? जैसे मैंने बोला, तुम कितना भी एक अच्छा इंसान बन जाओ, तुम्हें क्रिटिसाइज करने वाला कोई होगा ही होगा. Okay, so flaws means उसको भी क्रिटिसिज्म मिला है. इकोनॉमिक इसका प्रॉब्लम ये है कि everything whatever he always talk about this economics के बारे में ज्यादा बात किया, बाकी के बारे में कोई सोचा ही नहीं. वो सिर्फ पैसा और फैक्ट्री और इंडस्ट्री कौन कंट्रोल कर रहा है वही देख रहा है. So he always talk about economics only. So that is his weakness. He did not talk other part of the society. सिर्फ इकोनॉमिक और बिजनेस के बारे में ही बात किया, वही प्रॉब्लम है. और नॉन क्लास फैक्टर. ओके, सोसाइटी according to Karl Marx, society is changed due to class struggle. मैंने बोला था 2 क्लास है सोसाइटी में, रिच क्लास और पुअर क्लास, वो दोनों के बीच में लड़ाई होता रहता है, ऐसे ही सोसाइटी चेंज होते रहता है. According to Karl Marx, that is the process of social change. But there are other factors also. Okay, we cannot say that society is safe in दोनों के बीच की लड़ाई की वजह से चेंज हुआ. There are many other factors like customs or even religion or innovation, scientific science. These things are very much part of our social change. Okay, we can say we cannot just talk about this class struggle. Okay, so ये उनका negative point, flaws. Failed prediction, no even able to collect. So कार्ल मार्क्स ने प्रेडिक्शन किया था कि जो अभी सिस्टम है कैपिटलिस्ट, जो फ्री मार्केट, फ्री इकोनॉमी, रिच गेट रिचर, पुअर गेट पुअर और नो प्रॉपर वेल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, जो उसने प्रेडिक्ट किया था वो अभी तक हुआ ही नहीं. उसने क्या प्रेडिक्ट किया था, जो वर्किंग क्लास है वो लोग रिवोल्यूशन करेंगे अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट एंड विल रिमूव द गवर्नमेंट. वो हुआ ही नहीं, आजकल अभी हुआ ही नहीं, इट डिड नॉट हैपन. सो दैट इज व्हाई इसका प्रेडिक्शन भी रॉन्ग निकला. ओके, कैपिटलिज्म कोलैप्स हुआ ही नहीं, कैपिटलिज्म अभी भी चल रहा है. सो दैट इज हिज फ्लॉ. सो इन द कंक्लूजन, ओके, वी आर कमिंग टू द एंड पार्ट नाउ. बर्क और मार्क ने क्या बोला, ठीक है. बर्क्स ने बोला uprooting traditional breeds chaos. सो जो हम लोग का ट्रेडिशन है, जो हम लोग का सिस्टम है, the way we talk, the way we behave, the way we act in society, if we want to remove that, it will create problem in the society. According to him, according to Burke, you need to protect your tradition, you need to protect your culture. That is why he is a conservative thinker. Okay, so you need to protect. Okay, you should not destroy your tradition and culture. That is Burke. Marx, what did Marx say? Predict capitalism self-destruction via exploitation. Okay, capitalism system, जो free market, free economy है, वो self-destruct हो जाएगा. It will burst out by itself due to its problems. But it also, I don't know whether it will happen in the future, but it is not yet happened. So Marx's prediction is that maybe in the future it will happen. Nobody knows. Okay. So capitalism self-destruct via exploitation. Okay, capitalism will have to destroy, will automatically destroy itself because of its bad nature, according to him. Relevance to the balance reforms with stability. Debates endures on change versus continuity. Okay, so as according to Burke, we should, if you want to change something, it have to be, if to be checked in the future whether it will be helpful or not. We should not change suddenly. Stability, we need to check in society whether it will help or not. If I say, if I want to control my population of the country, and if I increase the age limit of 18 to 25, it may affect also, suddenly it may create lots of problems. So we should also check for the stability, whether there will be stability in the society after making some changes. Debates ensure on change versus continuity. Okay, so if you want to change something, you should also see that whether the change is going to help us in the future. Okay, so that is also a thing. So these are the things about Burke and Karl Marx. So we have come to the concluding part. If you have any question, I'll be ready to answer. Okay. Otherwise, we will solve these two questions. Question? Any question? So, what is class struggle according to Karl Marx? Define conservatism. First things, what is class struggle? Class struggle is basically, Karl Marx is saying that there is always a two class in society, the rich class and the poor class. The rich class control the society and the poor class are always suffering. So he's saying that there is always a fighting between two classes in society, and these two classes are always fighting. That's why society keeps on changing. That is his class struggle. That means when two classes are fighting, rich and poor, the society changes, it keeps on changing. This class struggle according to Karl Marx. Number two, define conservatism. That means Conservatism is basically, as Edmund Burke told, he wanted to protect the culture and tradition. He don't want to change. He don't want to change due to the abstract ideas. So conservatism is basically protecting your tradition and culture from certain changes. But if you want to change something, it should be slowly and gradually, and we should think for the future whether this change is going to help us or not. Conservatism is basically protecting your tradition and culture. Okay. So this is all for today's class. ये पेपर आज का कोर्स ये खत्म this for first semester. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay. Exam आने वाला है. So this is, thank you so much. आज की